Hi guys, this is DT from Team Tengu. Just doing a video about the upcoming Australia Nationals. It's just pretty much a quick video on how to prepare and what you should expect there. Um, it's the Nationals in Australia begins on the 9th of this month, which is like next Saturday or some shit like that. Goes for 2 days. Pretty much main event starts on Saturday. There'll be side events and whatnot. So if you're not participating in the main event, you can just play in side events. There's probably like win a box or some crap like that, win a mat even. But yeah, uh, if you're watching this, you probably realize I'm playing World of Warcraft, and yeah, it's just better than watching me talking to a camera, I guess. Anywho, preparation for Nats. This would probably be my third nationals in what 3 years or so. Um, yeah, that would be right. That just sounded retarded, but anyway, what I'd recommend. This is how I prepare myself. It's just go through your deck, check that you have all your cards, that you're actually ready for the tournament. It's probably a good idea to go with like the deck you know you're playing. Don't try to pick something up at the last minute, cause then you won't know everything to know there is about it. It's pretty much just play the deck you've been playing that you feel most comfortable with, that you know your ins and outs, that you know you can rely on the whole tournament, and you have no issues playing with it. Also, it's probably a good idea to deck test with it a lot if you already have whatever. Um, cause playing the deck that you've played all month or all year, it would help you with your matchups, say against the bigger decks. Uh, Another thing I should point out is buy new sleeves just for this event. Many of you probably have worn out sleeves by now, excessive playing, tears, wears, and all that crap. It's just to ensure that you don't, when you get deck checked and your sleeves are like damaged or whatever, for whatever reason, that you don't get called out for like marked cards, marked sleeves, and this and that. Yeah. Um, Also, if you're gonna do trades on the day, I'd recommend bringing a small amount or whatever you do in your binder, whatever you have in your binder, and always keep it on you. As you know, this is a big event and there's a lot of people, and there's always going to be theft. So you'd want to keep your valuables close to you. Another thing to mention is your binder. I just mentioned that, but yeah, your mat, your binder, deck boxes, and whatnot. Last year at Nationals, we were told that you can get DQ'd for having the Yu-Gi-Oh official double deck box, which was retarded. This was because people can cheat, switch decks, whatnot. I have extra side deck cards. It's pretty bad. So what we did last year, what Team Tengu did last year was we took out one of the sections that holds our decks. Just took that out and held that around all day. Kind of uncomfortable, but it did help with people trying to shark us or whatnot with double deck boxes. So yeah, yeah, just watch out for those people who will shark. So I'll talk about more about that later in the video. What else? I'd recommend bringing a pen and paper to keep track of scores and whatnot. Simply because having an iPhone or an app that does your life point check is pretty unreliable. You can get shocked. For example, people can say, "What's the life point count?" and then you give them the answer, and they'll be like, "Oh, no, it's not. It's so and so." Having a pen and paper just gives you insurance that the life count is correct. And if you do get sharked against, you have written proof that this is the current game state and whatnot. Um, so yeah, I'd recommend doing that. Also, I forgot to mention about side decking. It's probably a good idea to work with your side deck, see what have like a broad range of cards that work with your deck, not just to combat matchups, but also work with your deck because you can't just side anything and it'll just make your deck shit because that's just horrible. Also, try to cater for all the account for all matchups. Mainly the big decks, say Dino Rabbit, Chaos Dragons, Zector, and Windups, but then also like the other high tier decks such as Heroes, any skill drain variant really, and also be prepared for the Chain Burn matchup. I'm pretty sure that people will be running that as like an underdog, just trying to win with that, which is retarded. I hate that shit. But yeah, okay. Moving on, just going to uh, general being and health before nationals. I recommend getting a lot of sleep. What we did last year, we pretty much stayed up and got a few hours of sleep, and that just screwed us the whole day. But we took notos and whatnot just to help with going through the day. But I recommend getting a lot of sleep because you start feeling really tired after, say, rounds 3 or 4, and it's a very long day. It's draining and whatnot, so I recommend getting a lot of sleep because it just helps so much because you get stressed out and whatnot throughout the day, and yeah. Also, I recommend getting food and drink on the day. I highly recommend you eat breakfast. It just helps because there is only a lunch break uh, during the whole thing, and yeah, just get food. Food and breakfast is always good. Also, on the day, you want to bring a bottle of water. Keep your fluid levels high. Keep hydrated. Just helps you think a lot. Misplays caused by headaches and just being tired, it just sucks. So have a bottle of water handy. Keep sipping that all day. Keep cool because it's gonna be hot. There's like 1,000 or whatever X amount of Yu-Gi-Oh fags all sweaty and shit. Also bring deodorant because yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh players are disgusting. Um, yeah. Also, make sure you know how to get to nationals, the event and whatnot. Yeah, it's just good to know where it is. Because if you don't know where it is and just try to wing it on the day, you might get screwed over somehow. Not saying you will, but you could, and it just helps to find where the location is and know beforehand where to go. Uh, what else? Work out your transport for the day. A lot of people are gonna be like obviously driving since the weekend, cheap parking on the weekend. But people from out of state will probably yeah have to work something out. Probably take a cab or something. It's not far from a train station, so you don't have to worry about walking too far. But yeah, it's just good to work out these kinds of things before the day, just to avoid any hassles and whatnot. Um, yeah. Moving on to the next part. What happens on the day is early in the morning, say 10 o'clock, people will still be registering. So hopefully, to make things easier, you should have pre-registered. And if you haven't, it's probably a good idea to go early in the day before the events open, say half an hour early, because that's what we did last year. Um, even even then, there was still a line. Uh, it wasn't that long because we got there early, but it does help getting there just to pre-register and then just avoiding having to register on the day if you come later and just sitting in a line all day because we use the time we did uh, pre-registering early, we got to do our trades and whatnot before the event. That's another thing with trades. There's not a lot of time to do trades. Mainly, you can do early in the morning before the event, after the event, obviously. But then people will be already going home and whatnot. Time between rounds, you can, but I'd prefer to watch other matches just to see what decks are around. Um, Gain knowledge, see what other people are running. It just helps. But you can do trades, I guess. Um, with doing trades, I know people will be selling cards and whatnot. Just know that people will be pricing their cards high before the event just because they know that people actually need cards during the event and they will overprice them, such as like tour guides and chalices, veilers even. They'll be marking these prices up, so you're better off picking them up beforehand. And I'm just doing horrible DPS because I suck at life. But yeah, what can you do? Yeah. Make sure that you got all your stuff ready. If you're doing trades, avoid doing cash trades, or do it. Oh fuck, we're about to wipe. But yeah. Um, when you're doing trades, if you're doing cash trades, just avoid doing it in front of judges because it is a premier event, Konami sanctioned. If you do get caught buying or selling cards with cash, you can get banned from playing in future events. Not just because Good Games is running the event and they'll ban you because they normally ban people for selling in the store. This is a premier event and you can get banned by Konami selling cards because they don't let you do that. Also, deck lists, I forgot to say that you'll be handing a deck list in the morning, so double check your deck list and whatnot. Have it ready. Have it written the night before. So, yeah. Another thing is to probably, if you think you might change your list at all, I would leave the side deck section unwritten until on the day because you might speak to other players who help who might give you ideas just to what to side and whatnot, and it's just a good idea to keep that handy and you can just write that on the day, but otherwise just write it the night before so you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to rush it or anything. Yeah, because what we did at last year's nationals was we wrote out our deck list the night before, just went through it with everyone in our team, just to make sure everything was right. Had numerous deck tests, discussions about what cards to run and not. Played games against each other and discussed what our card choices were and why it was good in our side decks. This helped a lot. It just gives another point of view for people. Um, yeah, it gives more point of views to people and it just gives you other ideas in what to run. It gives you other knowledges, other ways to see things even. But yeah, it just helps a lot to be discussing this with other people as well, not just to yourself. Uh, there's not really a point in hiding your side deck choices unless you know guaranteed you're gonna top or something. Simply because you're just not gonna like be matched up against that person you're talking to. Like you have a very slim chance, and what the hell is the point of it? But yeah, discuss your side deck choices with your teammates, friends, or whatever. It just helps throughout like the whole deck building thing. Moving on to the next section, gameplay during the day. There will be judges around. If there's or any ruling dispute, any concerns, any conflicts, call a judge immediately. Do not try to settle it yourself. It is probably not a good idea. If you're unsure about something, always call a judge. Don't just go with what your opponent's trying to say, because it's not in their best interest to let you win or whatever. If you're unsure, ask a judge straight away, because you can get sharked, and people just don't give a crap. They're in it to win it. Yeah. Also, yeah, just the general sharking of people. Make sure you keep an eye out for sharks. If it happens to you, call a judge. It could be either sharking by card, sleeves, or whatever. So that's why I told you to buy new sleeves, just to remove that problem. They'll also tell you to leave your side deck and extra deck on the table. What you do is just put them face down next to you, in your sight, so you don't get like shit doesn't get stolen, because yeah, it does happen, and it just sucks if it does. Um, Also, during gameplay, as you already know, because you play freaking Yu-Gi-Oh, there are phases in Yu-Gi-Oh. What you should do is announce each phase, like entering draw phase, entering battle phase. This just helps with quick play cards, and just helps with if they want to respond with anything. Whenever you play cards, ask for a response. Because then if you summon something and then they'll be like, oh, okay, and then you like say you summon Caius and you go to remove a card, and they go, oh wait, I wanna warning that or some shit, and you go, you can't because you said it was okay. Always announce like what you're doing, like summon Caius, any response, just to prevent any issues you may have with your opponent, such as entering your battle phase. This allows the opponent to play whatever cards just before their battle phase. Yeah, just because they might be like, oh, I wanted to Veiler your BLS before you attacked, and say, oh, well, I'm already in my battle phase, so you can't. So always say like, entering battle phase, just to be safe. Because there are people who want to do shit before you enter battle phase, and you can't really you can't really skip phases. It's just retarded if you do. Don't try to take shortcuts like, oh, summon swing. Always ask for a response. Always ask for entering phases. This just prevents any problems whatsoever. And it just helps. Yeah, it just gets your game run smoother, and yeah, so they don't fucking shark you because people are assholes. Um, what else? I've already spoke about pen and paper, because your pen and paper is probably the most important tool throughout the day. Um, it just keeps score of your life. You can write your opponent's name down if you want to do reports. The only thing you can't do is take notes, as into what card they played and what cards they had in hand or whatnot. Um, Stuff like that. Because taking notes is pretty much cheating in the Konami whatever rules. And yeah, um, I can't really think of anything else to say, but yeah, just I will be playing Nationals. Everyone at my local store knows that I don't currently play Yu-Gi-Oh because I've switched over to the WoW TCG. I'm actually enjoying that more, but I just made this video just to help out a few fellow players at my local store. Since GG's is doing a thing where they're helping players prepare for nationals, and I decided to make a video just to help people out. Um, because this is my insight for a person who's gone to Nats for 3 years in a row now. Um, yeah, I haven't really topped whatever. I don't really give a shit, because for me, nationals is just going to have fun. That's another important thing. Don't be in it just to win it. It's mainly for the experience, just to have fun. Because last year's nationals was in Brisbane, and we road tripped it up with a few of my teammates and my girlfriend and her friends. It was actually a pretty fun experience, and I didn't do too well at nationals last year, but I did get a lot of trades done. I did have fun, and I learnt a lot of stuff there. So yeah, um, don't go just to be disappointed if you like decide to drop out. It's not so bad, because I did make a shit ton of trades. It was ridiculous. Um, yeah. Another thing to remember is that after the event, values of competitive cards, say Tour Guides, Hornets, will drop, simply because Nationals is the only pretty much major event of the year. Um, After that, cards will drop in value because there's nothing, no major events to play in. Yeah, so just keep an eye out if you want to pick up stuff afterwards. Then it will be definitely cheaper if you don't need them for the event. And yeah, that's probably about it. Like, that's all I have to talk about. Uh, yeah. What happens now? Yeah, I don't know. This is like unedited raw footage, just random ramblings from when I'm playing WoW. So yeah, can't really think of anything else to say, but we still do have one more video of Mass's deck profile that needs to be uploaded, but I haven't gotten around to editing that yet. So yeah, we myself and Bernard may do WoW videos. Just a few games, maybe deck profiles of our WoW decks. Maybe box openings from the new set since that comes out um, the same week Nationals happens. But we will see. It just depends on how lazy we are. But yeah, hope this video helped. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave this running till I kill the freaking boss. So you can just listen to me play WoW and my random shit, or just play music or something. I don't know. But yeah, enjoy, guys. I hope this helped. Good luck to everyone that's playing in nationals. Remember to have fun, and yeah, it's not all about winning. Yep. Bye.